So Adrian and I are back at BCA Bristol, picking up the two cars, the Igo and the Panda. Got me back fine. Got all the way back from Bristol without a problem. So I prepped the corners of the Igo, so sanded all the areas up to 400 grit, and then used a Scotch pad to key out to the areas that I'm going to blend into. Done that on both sides here. Obviously I wanted to deal with the little dent. Wheel trim's all got a sand down, coat of silver, coat of lacquer. Again, as I always say, I'd rather put the original wheel trims back on again, put some time and effort into putting the original wheel trims back on. They're not perfect. Been in a bit of a hurry tonight. I can see a few sanding marks in them, but they are a million times better than the heavily gouged they were before, and they're going to look pretty smart on the car. So we've done the one corner and put the, so we've done the filler primer, the colour, the lacquer, and then the fade out thinner there. So that's the one corner done, and the other corner is getting one more coat of oh, I've got a run, I can see a run. It's getting one more coat of lacquer before the fade out thinner. So I put it on too heavy up here, and it's run. Being 1k, I'm going to have to leave that for a few days before I can do anything with it. So I'm going to have it annoy me for a few days now. Yeah, went too heavy on that last coat, too close with the can, I think. So yeah, but again, you can't do anything about it now, guys. So just, you can see here, we've got a good shine on the go. Just leave it, wait a couple of days and flood it back. It's certainly going to be looking a lot better than the scratches on it. Car should look pretty mint overall now. I keep walking by the dent on the sill on the other side and can't make up my mind whether to do it or not. Right, it's been a bit of a long old day. It's about 9:30 now, but we've got up to Bristol. We've picked up two cars and saved ourselves half the cost of delivery by driving one back. We've got one put straight in for an MOT, and we've now got a pass on the MOT on it within the same day. I've ordered the parts that are needed for it, so as soon as the parts are here, that's ready to go after a valet and a clean. I'm going to spray the wheel trims on that tomorrow and give it a clean, ready to put those last parts on. We've got the Igo in, we've done the paint on it, so we've done those rear quarters on it. That's already got the fresh MOT on it, so all this needs now is I'm going to have to wait a couple of days, being 1k, to polish out the blend line. Don't worry, that's just where the fade out thinner got to. That will blend in fine with the polish. So we've got what the Igo needed doing to it. I can do an oil and filter on it tomorrow, get the service done on it, and then, like I say, in a couple of days time I can do all the final polishing on that. So yeah, we made some good progress today. I think they both look like they've been decent buys, touch wood. This is super clean other than those two scrapes. It's super clean car. It runs really nicely, so fresh service, there's wheel trims back on, that'll be looking great. And I think we scored with the Panda, because I really do think that's a cracking little car. So, you know, with a little bit of fettling of a couple of bits on that, that's ready to go. So we've got a couple more cheapies to add to the well, we've got the i10 and the i20. They've been up. The i10's been up for about a week now, the i20's been up for a couple of days. Around here it tends to pick up around payday weekend is when things pick back up again. So but I shall be stocked ready for it to go. So yeah, like I say, a bit of a long day, but worth it. Might have a bit of a lie-in tomorrow. So we left the Igo for a couple of days, pulled it into the garage now. We're going to flat black all these blend areas and see how we've got on with that. I've used my Stewart's mirror scraper I've shown in previous videos to take off the tops of some of the little runs I had, very low runs, but just gently scrape the top of those runs off. Now I'd say we'll start to use a machine polisher with some compound to blend in these paint areas. Well done to the viewer who spotted that one of the wing mirrors on the Igo was black while the other one was colour coded. I'd completely missed that, so I've whipped that off to prep and paint that, because we want that matching the same. I've just popped in and found something strange with the aircon I hadn't spotted. If you press the aircon button on the Igo, it lights green for a second and then goes out. So I think it's a poor connection in that. I've replaced a hazard switch before. It's not hard to get behind this, so I'll pull the plug on it, give it a clean up and see if that makes any difference or not. But let's get cracking polishing the paint first, and then we'll give these wheels a lick of stone chip before we put the wheel trims back on. There you go guys, that's the one side blended in. We painted to here somewhere. So as previously discussed, it's all about keying up, like on this side, keying up past the area you're going to spray, painting your colour, painting your lacquer, then putting your fade out thinner on, and then just compound it off after. If you're using 1K, leave it a couple of days at least before you start doing this. If you're using 2K, you can do it pretty much straight away. But it's all about when you're masking up, leaving yourself enough room. You know, your paint's going to go to here, your lacquer's going to go to here, your fade out thinner's going to go to here. Even easier if you leave yourself more space. You don't have to be quite so accurate when you're spraying initially. But colour match is good, isn't it? Happy with that. So onto the other side, but we've got to go down into the arch, haven't we, as well? There you go guys. So take your time with this, don't stay too long in one spot. Equally don't move too fast. Just wait till the compound turns to powder and you see your line disappear. So that's the wheels all stone chipped up, ready for the wheel trims to go back on again. It just makes a hell of a difference if you do this before you put the trims back on, because then you don't see a rusty old wheel through the openings on the wheel trim. And then up here we've got the wing mirror cover just baking off half the lacquer, so that can go back on. Then get her outside, give her a good clean, a polish, get inside, clean that up, do a service, and pull that aircon button out and see if we can't get that working properly, and then we should be up and ready for sale. So as the wheel trims on the Panda are bolt through, I've had to get it up on the ramp, and to get the wheel trims off, I've taken the opportunity to clean the wheels, ready to stone chip them, and I have the wheel trims off of the car, ready to paint up. As I say, as always, I'd much rather have spend a bit of time tidying up originals than putting some nasty aftermarkets on. So yeah, cracking on with the little Panda. So freshly painted wheels with the stone chip, and the freshly painted wheel trims are back on the Panda, giving it a standard factory look. And on the other side I've got the mirror off, ready for the new one to arrive. Hadn't taken one of these off before. They're a bit of a game, these. I'm used to 3 bolts and a plug, but these you have to prise off the outside, then you have to go inside and undo a little round metal fastener over there, and undo a plastic fastener around here, and draw the whole thing out. Turns out it was actually just broken here. I could have plastic welded that together and put a new mirror on there, but for the time and hassle, it cost me 25 quid for a new one. So that's on the way. With that fitted, what I'll do tomorrow, waiting for that to turn up in the post, is I'll get the oil and filter service done on it, and then I'll polish the outside of the body, put the tyre shine on, ready to put the wing mirror on. Then I'll photograph it ready for sale. Then I'll get in and do the window regulator and do the heater, because I want it up for sale, ready for the weekend, under the assumption I'm going to get those things fixed either before sale or have them agreed that I'm getting them fixed at sale, if that makes sense. Wheel trim's back on with none of the scuffing that been done before. Not absolutely perfect, but a million times better. So they're on. So while I'm waiting for the mirror cap to dry, did the service on it. It was all blueprint stuff, so it has been serviced quite recently. The air filter wasn't horrendous. Not great, but wasn't horrendous. So yeah, new air filter, new oil filter, new oil. So this is all set on the service in front, so it's just clean up time now. Thought I'd crack on and service the Panda while it was on the lift. Drain the oil out, just got to put the fresh oil back in again. Air filter, very clean. It's got bugs in it, but it's clean, which ties in with the service history. You've got to love stuff like this. Look, 2 clips to change the air filter. Gotta love it. Why don't all manufacturers make stuff like that? Like the iGo as well, it's the same. Just 3 clips, you change the filter out. Obviously the engine bay here needs a hell of a clean. But yeah, we'll get the fresh oil in it now, and then we've got both the services done on this, so we've nailed off those final little bits and bobs. They'll be ready for sale. So I just come to back to my desktop from doing those services, and noticed an email in my inbox from Bridgewater and BCA. I forgot I bid on a few cars today, and it looks like I've won one. It's a Punto. We're doing all right on the Puntos, isn't we? 1.4. I saw that I bought it for 750, which is more than I bought the other ones for. So then I looked, and it's only done 36,000 miles, and has an MOT until 26th of April 2022. So, and the only advisory was a rear exhaust box slightly corroded. We've seen loads of those, haven't we, guys? It's got the outer skin that's not actually the exhaust that rusts. So on the face of it, with fees, I'm in it for £1,000. By the time I get it back in here, I'll be in it for about £1,100. But it looks like a 1995 car to me, wouldn't you say? 36,000 miles on a 2009. I'd say it's a 1995 car. So bear in mind, the last one sold for what, 1,700, I think. So it's a grade 4, but obviously most cars of this age get a grade 4. We'll have to see if we've got any major damage on it. So it might be that I'm putting a lick of paint on it. I don't think it had any mechanical reports, so we could be looking at something more serious. But with the 1.4 engine, to be honest, it's only likely to be a clutch or gearbox. It's never really likely to be the engine. They're pretty tough little engines, but that could be famous last words. Unless I win anything else there, I'll just be getting Adrian to pick it up and bring it back. So yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, I forgot to put a few bids out there. I better check if I've got any more. So Igo's all polished up, ready for a photo shoot. So I'm going to get the pictures done, get her up for sale. I'm only waiting on the air conditioning button now to finish her off. I haven't cleaned the inside yet. I'll get onto that in a second. Doesn't need an awful lot. I want to get exterior pictures while the sun's still out. But overall, fantastic looking little car. Should be able to put out the door at 1995, but I might try at 2195 first. I think it's worth that, to be honest. You'd be well pleased with that as your first car, wouldn't you?